Hi everyone, how are you? This is going to be a good video. I'm going to explain how to create a marketing strategy. Now, I know there's a lot of things you can do for marketing, like email marketing, content marketing, SEO, social, viral, blah blah blah, video, but you can't do it all, right? And how do you know what's going to be effective, what's going to get you your clients and things like that? So in this video, let's come up with a good marketing strategy. And I'll use maybe my business as an example. So the number one thing that you have to do is look at who is your target market, because without that, without building a product to satisfy some target market group, and without actually knowing who they are, how will you know how to target your marketing efforts, right? If you don't know who your target market is, then you have to target absolutely everyone, and that's extremely expensive. That's like you have to buy television ads for millions of dollars, right? So we don't have those resources, so we got to figure out our target market, and then we got to figure out how we're gonna get them, right? So, for example, the target market for my mobile apps is, people 19 to 40 who are looking to start a business. I mean, my target market, I have much more detailed explanation of it, but for this video, let's just keep it at that. And they want to start a business, right? So I know that they will be searching for, they will be like looking for either tools or information for starting a business, right? To help them. So I created sort of mobile apps that exist, they literally teach them how to create business plans and start their businesses, and there's tools for planning, right? So, and I picked mobile platform, I picked the platforms which makes the most sense for me. Obviously, I'm on the web, right? I have actually two websites, problemio.com and glowingstart.com, and I'm trying to get SEO traffic, the inbound traffic to that. I also am present in every app store, Android, Kindle, right? Because the same principle that applies on the web, like the search, people search there as well. Although there, on mobile, it's much less crowded. Because on the web, I have to compete with companies like Forbes.com, TechCrunch, business planning companies have been around for like 20 years, so it's really difficult to compete on the web for my niche. But on mobile, it's extremely doable. In fact, for most apps, I'm like the #1 app, right? So for me, I was able to get the distribution on mobile rather than the web. And that's an important thing to consider for your business, because if you have a business which is in a crowded space, you want to go somewhere where you're able to compete. And that's a huge part of your marketing strategy, because if you go to somewhere like google.com, you want to get traffic from google.com, right? But if you're in a competitive business environment, in a business niche that's competitive, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get a significant amount of people to your product. People just won't get to know about it, because they'll find the existing players first, and you'll be like on the 10th page of Google results or something. So you should think about where you can compete. And then there's like, how social is your product? And can you make it more social? For example, like business planning is not all that social, right? The business apps, business is not that social. It's not like entertainment or music or something like that. It's not that social. But at the same time, there are social features in my apps. Like if you're creating a business plan inside the app, you can actually invite a friend to work, or a business partner to work on that same business plan from each phone. You don't have to be nearby. So and one person gets to invite another person, right? So if one user uses it, then right away they do my marketing for me, right? They get that second user in there. So you should figure out how to make your product more viral and more social just from inside the product itself, and it doesn't matter if people are going to share it on Twitter or what, but inside the product, it should be social. And then, of course, there is the basic, consideration of, is your product like, is it just shareable? Is it fun? Is it entertaining? Is it cute? Does it appeal to some emotion that people have, which causes people to share things with their friends? And you should figure out how social is your product. If it's not that social, maybe like Facebook and Twitter, you know, it's okay to use them, but they're not gonna make any real difference for you. I mean, I'll give you an example. I get absolutely no downloads, especially the paid people. I get absolutely no revenue from like Facebook or Twitter, even though I did put some effort into it over time. I mean, I think I have like a few thousand people on my social networks, but you know, nah, it isn't good. For me, I actually ended up leveraging a lot of like sites like Quora, or even, you know, I'm on YouTube, right? So you're watching this on YouTube, and what's really good about YouTube is that I can make videos about exactly the same topics which my apps help, and then I can invite you like, hey guys, I'm trying to make this video that's going to help you with your marketing strategy. If you need more help, try to get my marketing apps. That would be great. It's great for you because you might get the help you need, and it's great for me because it's also a large platform where I'm able to, you know, if you found me on YouTube, I'm able to get found, I'm able to be discovered there, and so it's actually not bad. It's pretty good, right? Now, if you're not going to find this, then maybe this was not a good idea to make this video. We'll see. It's one of those things. Well, hopefully you found me if you're watching it, because how would, anyway. So that's kind of, so I'm always thinking of how my users will discover the target market, how they might how they might research and discover my product, and then how I can also be present there and be discoverable, right? And you know, and we'll see. You know, when I post this video, when I'm making this video, I don't actually know where I'm gonna rank in YouTube. So if I'm the like 20th video or 100th video on marketing strategies, it's not gonna be helpful because nobody will find me. But if I'm like in the first page, then that would be pretty good. It worked, and that's actually an important thing. It leads me to an important point that often there's a lot of experimentation, and often you experiment. If something works, you go with it. If it doesn't work, it's okay to leave a marketing strategy alone, because there are so many things you can try that it's almost better to keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and you know, see what works, see what works, see what works, and if something sticks, you kind of know it. Like still to this day, I get a gigantic portion of people that discover my apps from the mobile stores, from the App Store, Android Store, Kindle. So that worked tremendously well. But if I didn't try mobile, if I didn't try to make a mobile app in the very, very beginning, I would never have known that. So those are the kind of things that shape your marketing strategies. And there's a lot of marketing techniques: email marketing, SEO, you know, paid marketing. There's like, it never ends. But you know, you kind of experiment with a bunch of them and see what ends up working, and that completes your that completes how you create your marketing strategy, because you start with your target users and you try to figure out what platforms you can be on, and you just experiment with them until you find the few or many that really work. And when they work, you press the throttle on it, because like, you know, like, wow, it works, you know. And then you gotta own that. You gotta be like, if YouTube works, then I'm gonna, probably the smart strategy for me is to put a lot of resources into YouTube marketing, more videos, more marketing, right? So that's kind of a strategy that I like. That is a strategy that works. A lot of experimentation, and eventually something is gonna really work well. But always with an eye towards your target users, because they are everything to your business. So that's it. That's how I created it. Actually, so how did this work for me? You will ask, hey, so this is work. So far I have 250,000 downloads to my mobile apps. I spent zero money on marketing, so it worked quite well. And they earn money, you know. So I have a business model. It's all working, right? So and my marketing, it didn't work at first. At first I tried the web, but the web was very competitive. So I kept trying. The things that work for me that ended up working are by far app stores. Second is web. Third is social. Fourth is YouTube. I'm actually new to YouTube. I've only been making videos since like 2013, late August. So I'm still testing YouTube. And maybe I'll make a follow-up video of how well this works, or maybe I'll comment in the video at some point and tell you guys how well YouTube ended up working for me. And maybe you can comment in the description and in the comments and tell me what's working for you and what you're experimenting with, because I've experimented with just about everything. So if you're experimenting with something, I can help you quite a bit, because I actually probably have done it already. I have a lot of experience marketing and creating marketing strategies for companies, things like that. So I'm a good guy for that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope it's been helpful. Please subscribe to this channel, and actually it would be really cool if you subscribe, because we'll get to see how my you'll get to kind of see not only more of my videos, but how my own marketing is working. You'll be able to observe my own marketing, and I give a ton of marketing tips. But anyway, also check out my mobile apps, of course. One of them is I make some of the best marketing apps on iOS, Android, Kindle. They're really helpful, and so problemio.com, or I'll have the links to the apps in the description of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.